Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's video will be a little chit chat, get ready with me, with some coffee. So grab your choice of drink, whether it be coffee or water or tea or a cocktail, a beer, a sparkling water, and join me. So I want to catch up over the past couple months. The last get ready with me that I did, or little chit chat get ready with me, was posted in January, but I filmed it in December. So it's been quite a bit of time since I filmed a get ready with me, and I thought it was about time for me to update with numbers and with things that have been going on. I'll be putting a full face of makeup on, and I decided to use the Star Wars, Mandalorian, and Colourpop palette. I want something very minty and green and bold-ish with these colors, and I haven't used it, and I thought it would be fun to use it together. So let's catch up. We'll start with some makeup and some numbers and some things, and yeah, just catch up a bit. But before we get started, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe. Also, like this video, share it with your friends, and ring that notification bell. You'll be notified of my weekly uploads. Let's get into it. Let's start with the eyes, because I may go a little bit bold and there might be fallout, so let's do that to be on the safe side. To help the flow of this video, I'll list all the products used below. So we'll prime the eyes first. Okay, let's do the numbers and get that out of the way, and then we could do the catch up and stuff, as I mentioned. So the last video that I posted that was a get ready with me with number updates was on January 8th. This video will go up March 5th, and I'm filming it on February 21st. As I did with my other video, I will pop up numbers so that you know where we are currently, since I am pre-filming this video. The first one that I do know offhand is that the video on January 8th was my 13th video upload. Today's video is my 29th video, so just shy of my 30th. I should have planned it a little bit better, so that way I would have planned this for my 30th video, but that's okay. So those numbers I'm already well aware of. While we're doing that, let's get some of the crease work going in with this Mandalorian palette. And I'm gonna use a Morphe E27 and dip into Babyface. Other things to update you with. When I did my other video, I had 42 subscribers. The night before this video goes live, I will update that number on the screen for you of what I have about 2 months later. A couple months ago, my most watched video had 433 views. That video is still my most watched video. It is my eyeshadow palette declutter video, and so I'll list what the views are currently. I think that's about it for numbers as far as my channel goes, with updates of the growth of my channel and things of that nature. So let's blend this out, and then we'll get more into some other things. Going in with a Morphe E28, I'm going into Little Frog. I'm going back into my Morphe E27 just to blend those two colors out, or to blend them together. And then using the same Morphe E28, I'm dipping into Float Your Crib. Okay, going back to my Morphe E27, going to blend all that together. I'm gonna add some more Babyface. I'm going to use a smaller brush, my Morphe E17, and dip back into Float Your Crib. I want more of that mint green to pop out a little bit. So I'm going into a Colourpop E17 and dipping back into Babyface and just running it along that line. Now using my finger, I'm dipping into Sipping Soup. And then also using my finger, I'm dipping into Right Hand Mondo. Going back into the Colourpop E17, I'm just going to blend it into that Float Your Crib and add a little bit more just to make sure it's really blended. Okay, let's leave that there. Let's do the rest of my face and talk. I didn't want to talk during the eyeshadow portion because I feel like I can't concentrate enough on my eyes. But while I'm doing the rest of my face, I can definitely concentrate a little bit better. So let's get my brows spiked up a little bit. That sounds weird. I'm going to use my Got To Be glue gel and a spoolie. So some updates on life outside of my video count, subscriber count, and all that other stuff as I'm doing my brows here. So the holidays have passed. Right after the holidays, and I think I spoke about it a little bit in my Chloe Ting workout video that I did in January, my sister was hospitalized at the very beginning of January. And so it just, my mom and I were caring for her in the hospital the first week that she was there. And then the city of Austin went into stage 5, whatever, for COVID. And at that time, the hospital decided to discontinue allowing visitors to come in. So my mom and I were no longer able to go in. And for the remaining 3 weeks that my sister spent her time in the hospital, I continued working and doing that challenge, but still trying to keep up with preparing for her to eventually come home, which she finally did. And so I had planned to do another workout in February, but that didn't happen. I was gonna take a 1 to 2 week period off, and for the first week I did because I had my second vaccine and had the worst side effects that had me out of work for 1 day, but then it also just made me very tired the other days after that. So that was the first week of February that I was dealing with that. And then I just couldn't get into it in the second week. Also, just because my sister was now home and we were working on, well, one, I have a full-time job, but also taking her to appointments and caring for her here at the house. And then, snowvid happened. So Texas was covered in snow. We've had snow before, but not like what we went through. We had snow and ice for days where everything was shut down, and it was terrible. It was awful. It was the worst thing I've been through. I don't know that I've ever been through a natural disaster quite like that one. I've been through hurricanes and things like that, but still not to the magnitude of what we went through. And it was, you know, there were a lot of jokes surrounding Texas at the beginning, and it was funny, but then it wasn't funny. I was fortunate. I live in Austin, Texas, and I was fortunate to have power and water through the entirety of the snow and ice, but so many other residents were not so fortunate, and it sucked being on this side of it. One, it didn't suck that we had to conserve, but we were conserving as much as we could. We didn't turn on any unnecessary lights. There was one point where I thought, oh, I can catch up on filming, but that takes a lot, you know, of things plugged in for me to film. And honestly, I just didn't want to do anything. It was so hard to motivate yourself to do anything. Couldn't go to work, which was awful because I miss seeing the kids that I see every week. I'm a pediatric speech language pathologist, so it was really hard not being able to see my kids for a whole week. And knowing that I had friends without power, some of my patients' families were without power for 40, 50 hours. I can't even imagine. We were cold in my house, conserving the heater, but we had a heater, you know, and so many didn't. And so I felt guilty we felt guilty having power and water through the duration of it, but also so blessed that we were one of the ones that did. So currently our city is in a boil advisory, so all water must be boiled. It's not drinkable, so our city has been distributing water as best they can to people that need water to flush their toilets or to drink. So there are still residents that don't have water. Our electricity is back on and good because we're back to 70-degree weather in Texas, of course. But there are so many residents that still don't have running water. So I went to the grocery store today to go buy whatever necessities we needed for the week, which was not very much. We are able to buy our own water as long as it's available. So we did do that. You know, for residents that can't, they are giving away free water, but we were able to buy some water today. There was a little bit of produce, or I was able to find like almond milk, which is what we drink in my household, that we needed. I was able to find eggs yesterday, so I bought some eggs yesterday. It's so hard having gone through the beginning of this pandemic in March, April, and almost a year later having to go through it, like this grocery thing again with this natural disaster and so many deaths that have happened as a result of it. It's just, I'm going to say a lot. This is hard to talk about. It's just devastating. Our state has been, it's just devastating. I'm worried for myself, and it's a small thing. I'm not getting a full paycheck, which hasn't happened to me in years. I couldn't even tell you when. I've always had steady income. I've never had a cut, but I've also never had to be without work because of a natural disaster. So having to figure out my expenses, but that is small in comparison with other people have lost or had to deal with. So I am, again, very grateful for the way things happen for my family and I, but also feel for my neighbors and friends in Austin. My neighborhood really did come together, and it was nice to see my neighbors on our local Facebook page helping each other out. When somebody needed water, somebody had water to share. When somebody needed food, specific, like I need some pasta, somebody in our neighborhood was always able to share baby food, diapers, and it was, and that's not it. That's just in my neighborhood, but hearing of a local grocery store, our HEB, that went without power, and all the patrons that were in the store that had groceries were asked to walk out with their groceries without having to pay for it. Our grocery store HEB, they save us every time. They're the greatest. They're a great company, and they've been working tirelessly to restock groceries and stuff for us to have in the whole state of Texas, not just in Austin. Hearing stories of coaches taking water for people to fill with, and just everything. 3 trucks towing a semi that had, food and things that were of importance to get to whatever city it was traveling to, but couldn't because of the ice and snow. Our infrastructure is not made for it. We don't have snow plows. We don't have trucks that can distribute salt or sand or whatever on the roadways. We have like one. And so it, you know, we shut down as a city, and we joke about it every time it snows or ices, but it's one day or half a day. This was a whole week. And so I'm glad it's over. Like the worst of it, now all we're dealing with is the water issue, but that's tiny compared to everything we've been dealing with. And so I'll take it over everything that we've gone through. So there's that update on life around here. I'm hoping that by the time this video airs, and I'm sure things will be way better, our water supply should be back to normal, to where we don't have a boil notice, and you know, Texas will be mostly back to normal, minus, you know, all the houses that had pipes burst and needing to get all of that fixed. But, you know, our city's coming together, our state is coming together, Texans helping Texans. So for those of you that are in Texas, my heart goes out to you, and I hope that you're doing well. But let's not talk about that anymore, because it makes me feel really sad. Work is work. Although I didn't work for a whole week, and I have to go back to work tomorrow. This is the first time I put on makeup in probably 2 weeks. No, not like that long. Oh, like a full week. But like really put on makeup, yeah, probably longer. We had no Valentine's Day. The start of this winter mess really started around that time. So, you know, we had snow and ice for Valentine's Day. Or my boyfriend and I we're not able to spend it together because we live in the same city-ish, but not very close to each other. So we were not able to spend it together. We were taking care of our respective families. And so, oh, I just realized that I was going to put cream bronzer, and I prefer doing that before my powder. This is what happens when I get lost talking. So we'll use a powder bronzer. Which one do I have here? So on a happy note, my mom, my sister, and I haven't killed each other. I love them to pieces. But we had cabin fever for sure. Staying in a house for days. And we got out a couple of times. We had to drive my sister to an appointment on Wednesday, and it was still very icy and terrible outside. I'm fortunate to have an SUV that has 4-wheel drive, so I never thought that I would need it. In fact, when I bought the car last year, they asked me if they wanted me to, they asked me if I needed to be shown how to use that feature, and I was like, no, I'm never gonna use 4-wheel drive. Like, I'm glad the car comes with it, but I'm not gonna need it. Yeah, I had to YouTube it. So that was fun. I'm gonna put a lot of makeup on today. I miss makeup, and I almost put makeup on yesterday just for fun, just because I missed it so much, but I didn't. And I should have, just because it feels so nice to put it back on again. It's those little things. You know, we take so much for granted, and it's those little things that, you know, put a smile back on your face sometimes. I spent today taking my lime trees and plants back outside to enjoy the sun. I also removed all the wrapped tape and everything that I had on my water pipes outside and faucets, so that way I wouldn't have any busted pipes. So I worked on that today. Went to the grocery store, had to wait in line to get in, but that's okay. Hopefully some normalcy tomorrow. Today's a Sunday, so hopefully some normalcy at work tomorrow. Hopefully. Let's get these brows done, and we'll finish these eyes here. Now I don't know if I want to make it all green or if I want to add black to smoke it out on the bottom. I think I might want to use black. No, let's go with this. So of course I can never get it. Let's see. I think I can get it in view now. I knew this was gonna happen. The force just fell out of the pan and all over my lap. Well, since I have some on my finger, I'm gonna add some on top of this and see what happens. My jeans just got all this gold glittery whatever mess on them, so that's fun. All right, we won't use this as a mirror anymore. And I'm still sitting crisscross applesauce as the appropriate political correct way to say that. All right, let's use this mirror. Where was I? Eyeliner. And I was about to update you on something else. Also, my poor little pupper, my poor dog. Okay, let's do it after this part because I need to concentrate. My poor little dog also needed surgery. A few weeks ago, I had to take him to the vet. Well, I had taken him, you know, probably in December and had his leg checked because he was limping and we couldn't figure out what it was. We thought he had some sort of infection, and so we treated it, and he has really bad allergies. And so we've been working on what kind of medication he needs to kind of help with all the itchiness that he has. And so we had been working on that. But he was still limping, and a few weeks ago I took him in to go get one of his injections for allergies, and I'm using Filt'r crib, by the way. And so a different vet saw him and reported that he had really bad knees, which apparently with small dogs, their hips and knees are really bad, and you know, sometimes they need surgeries because their joints come out of place very easily, and I guess that was the case for my dog. So a knee surgery was recommended, and there went $1,200 on my little pooch. So he spent a couple weeks with his aunt to rehab because he is not allowed to be jumping, and he needed a cone, and you know, so he is back here at home now and he's doing better. He has a follow-up appointment on Friday, so I'll write out any updates on the screen for you because I don't have them to talk about because, well, he hasn't had his follow-up. He's still limping a little bit, but he is much better than he had been before, I think. And he suckered me into not putting his cone back last night. He's been very dramatic about it, and he hides from me, and so I gave in. Going into Little Frog, I gave in last night and didn't put it on him. So his cut from the surgery has healed really well. Now he still bites his paws, but he's biting his like other paws that he always bites from allergies, so I'm not so worried about it. I told you I was going to go for, did I say that in the beginning? I wanted to go for a very bold green look. Told you I missed makeup so much. Make sure everything's real seamless. I'm just going back to all the same brushes that I was using and just going over everything. I'm not putting any additional color, just kind of smoothing everything out. It's really hard because I have gold specks everywhere from this tragic breakage that I had just a minute ago. I am putting additional, I didn't put any of the baby face color underneath, but I am. And I'm feeling so bold. I think we're gonna do a liner, and I think I'm gonna put on lashes. I do have a lash video. I'm super proud of that because I feel like I can put lashes on now. Like I feel like I'm, you know what, I'm gonna wait because I like to set, well, one, I need to highlight up here. So let's use this Colourpop E4 into Precious Cargo. I think it's a super shock shadow. And highlight up here. I have a few videos to film today, so you'll see this look in a few videos. Those videos will probably be up before this one. At least one of them will be. I'm using a smaller brush, the Morphe E35, dipping back into that same color. Putting it in the inner. Oh man, I have a lot of green everywhere. Let's hope that kind of lightens it up a little bit. Off subject, what do you think of the camera view? I lowered it a little bit so it cuts out my bow, I think, mostly, but I feel like I stay in frame a little bit better when I look down and things like that. So what do we think? Is that a little bit better? I've been trying to study my own videos to see what I can do to make them better and to still grow my channel, as you know, that's what we're working on here. Ooh, very green, very fun. Okay, let's oil and set the face. What kind of videos do you feel that I'm missing that I should add into my video rotation, or you know, something that you've seen another beauty content creator do, or something that's lifestyle? It doesn't have to be makeup related, but what do you feel I'm lacking that you would like to watch? I'd like to know, because I do declutters, I do my 4 looks using one palette, and then I do some random videos in between. These get ready with me's are also sprinkled in a bit. What else do I have coming up? An empties video will be coming up soon. Part of me is reconsidering maybe getting BoxyCharm and doing those videos. What do you think about those? But I'd like your feedback, because I'm still trying to grow my channel. I still want you to watch my videos and want to share them with your friends, and you know, I want to do that. So tell me what I can do to make this channel better, or what you think I could do. Also, I would like to know, who are your favorite content creators? Who else do you watch, big or small? Because there's quite a few that I watch, and I may do a video surrounding like who my favorites are to watch and why, and where I get some of my inspiration, which you probably have seen because I do post or talk about it and then post where that inspiration came from. Oh, I also do those Will I Buy It videos, which were inspired by Samantha March, and so I'm actually filming one of those in a little bit. Okay, let's do my lips really quick because I feel kind of blah. I'm gonna go into, am I doing this one? Yes. Real Her Expert Advice Lip Liner in I Am Precious. I know I said I wouldn't talk about it anymore, but I'd like to know where all of you live and how it was for you during all this snow and ice that came through, because I know that a lot of states were affected. I'm going into the Colourpop Lippy Stick Baywatch. Okay, and then I'm adding the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Petal. I feel like I'm gonna get that all over my teeth. Okay, eyeliner. So I'm doing a wing with my One Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. Do I have it on my teeth yet? No, yeah. We're gonna do wing and then follow up with glue and lashes, because why not? As per usual, the wing got bigger and bigger. That's okay. Okay, so I think I'm using, well, one, I'm going in with my Kiss Lash Glue Liner. Like I said, there's a video on this, and I'll add it to the cards and down below. Oh, good. Not on the teeth yet. And the lashes, they're the same ones that I used last time, which are these inexpensive ones that I think I bought off of Amazon. They're Cara eyelashes, number 415. I think is what they are. And so I'm just reusing some that I have here because I wear them for very little time. And so hopefully I do a better job applying them. So I have glue, I need tweezers. Now I think that I trimmed these, and I think that, so I think you're supposed to trim them from the outside, but I'm trimming them from the inside, and I'm learning, okay? Lashes are not my thing. So we are going to try to put these on. So, oh my gosh, I forgot I had all this eyeshadow stuck in my, whatever. I'm going to apply this just over my lashes. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of mascara on first. Okay, I'll do the lower lash line in a little bit. Okay, now back to the Kiss lash glue. Tweezers, eyelashes. Okay, let's do this. I don't think I have any other updates for you. I don't know why this one always gets kind of crazy. Is it just the lash or is it me? But now we have to roll with it because I don't want to reapply them. Not a smart move. Not a smart move. Not a smart move. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. I pulled out a lash because it was doing crazy things. Which would be okay if the other side was just as crazy, and whatever, we're gonna leave it like that. Okay, let's put mascara on the lower lash line. But I think we covered everything that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about, oh, I know. I am starting to figure out a plan for a workout plan for March. I'm gonna start back up again. Now, I feel like the good news is I haven't gained any weight during this whole snowpocalypse that we dealt with. I was able to maintain my whatever weight I lost during the Chloe Ting challenge. So are there any workouts that you do that you enjoy on YouTube? I would like to know, because I'm looking for a new workout. My bangs are always doing crazy things after I clip them and try to fix them. But you know what? Bangs are cheaper than Botox. That's gonna be my tagline, always. There you have it. We have a full face, a little get ready with me, having a little bit of fun with the Colourpop and Star Wars The Mandalorian eyeshadow palette, which I really enjoyed and had a lot of fun with, and created this very green, bold, smoky-ish look that I really wanted to do, and I'm really happy with it. And I don't mind that I have to film 2 more videos with this look. Lashes a little wonky, but I'm always gonna have wonky lashes until I start applying them every single time. It's just something that's gonna happen, and I'm okay with that. But I really do hope that you enjoyed this video and catching up with me. I would really love your feedback, as I always, especially always ask for during my Get Ready With Me's, feedback to make my channel better and to help my channel grow. So any feedback is really appreciated. As a reminder, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, now would be the time to do so. Like this video, share it with your friends, and ring that notification bell so you'll be notified of my weekly uploads. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.